I've even got my own folder. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. There seems to be some anticipation about this inaugural speech, but I think back to my younger days where the experience wasn't quite as good as the anticipation. And whilst I'll try my best, it might be the case on this occasion as well. But, Deputy Speaker, it's with great honour that I stand before this House and the people of Tasmania as the member for Braddon. I'd like to thank all of those who voted for me, and I'm here to make a positive contribution to the future of Tasmania. This comes with a deep sense of responsibility and a need to continually improve to allow our proud state to fully realise her potential. Firstly, though, Mr Speaker, there are many people who have supported and assisted me in becoming elected. I would especially like to thank my family for the continued support. Without this support, I'd not be here today, and for that I'm truly grateful. My dear wife Mel, see you somewhere, who's in this house today, is not just my best friend, she's the one on whom I can always count on to be there beside me. Although she is also the one to reinforce where I can improve, the only way wives can. And now, I wouldn't call it nagging, I would call it consistent, constructive feedback. I also want to mention my daughters, Chelsea and Georgia. Now, Chelsea, who's in her unique teenage transition period, you could call it, had a prior engagement and unfortunately can't be here today, and I think we all know about you need to pick your battles, and we'll just leave that one as is. I will, though, ensure I get a copy of this speech so she can watch it on the weekend, so she won't miss anything that I say. But Georgia, who is here today, where is she? She got the short straw and has to sit through half an hour of me talking non-stop. In saying that, though, Mr Speaker, parenthood is one of the greatest experiences anyone can have, and I'm truly proud of both my children. Mr Speaker, I also want to say thanks to my parents, Roger and Anne, the wonderful Auntie Mary, and my in-laws, Lynn and Warwick. I do appreciate everything they do, and it's the crucial support of my family that has helped me pursue my goals. In saying that, I understand there are many Tasmanians out there without families, or some people that have suffered severe social and personal injustices well beyond our own experiences. I'm here to represent them as well, and I truly believe if we can offer hope and opportunity, then we can work with them to overcome their past and help them achieve their full potential. Also to my friends, some of whom are in the public gallery today alongside my family, or one anyway, and the others are at home or at work watching this online. Mr Speaker, it's with... We've changed, that's all right. Mr Speaker, it's with great embarrassment that my friends thought it hilarious, though, that my alleged, and I'll repeat alleged, balding head is fairly apparent on TV. Now, Mr Gutwin didn't even know he was balding until he saw himself on TV when he first got here, but I'm hoping, though, that I bring more to the house than live comedy to my mates sitting at home. Now, my campaign team, headed by Leon Perry, my only friend in the gallery there, were committed to see change, and I want to thank the team, and that included Leon, James, Civil, Amanda, Tom, Melsky, Yap Yap, Tony, Weed Whacker, Gincum, Big Cat. Now, I did have their Christian names in this speech, however, as I'm second last in the inaugural speech lineup, I thought I could make it more of an interesting list. Additionally, I wish to thank the hard-working Liberal Party members, the individual branches and volunteers who assisted not just myself but all Liberal candidates. This wasn't just during the election, but the members and volunteers who continue to support the party. Mr Speaker, I know that Tasmania is the greatest state in the greatest country in the world, and I am privileged to live here. Unfortunately, though, I left Tasmania in January 1991 to seek adventure, in the Royal Australian Navy, mainly because of the limited job opportunities the then Labor Green government were offering on the northwest coast, especially for teenagers my age. As a 15-year-old looking at the big picture, I felt my best option was to leave the state. For our kids today, it's our job as elected representatives to do all we can, to ensure we do not lose the current generation of young people because of a lack of jobs or a lack of opportunity. So off I went, Mr Speaker, as a 15-year-old bulletproof boy to join the Navy and help Australia defend her shores. The reality, though, of the situation soon forced me to learn that I wasn't quite ready to defend Australia, and I had a few years of learning the hard way that the Navy wasn't a totally democratic workplace. However, I did learn some key life lessons from my time serving Australia in the Defence Force. Some experiences were great, some were not. I do, though, recall warm memories, great friendships and the odd foot up the backside as you get back then. It's those experiences, though, that have helped me mould me into what I am today. Mr Speaker, I do wish to clear one matter up, though, and that was references made during the recent election campaign about drunken sailor spending. The fine people of the Australian Defence Force and sailors of all persuasions are not a bunch of drunkards who go around making a mess of things, and I have nothing but respect for them. In saying that, though, Mr Speaker, I did see during my 8-year career in the Navy the odd, rare drunken sailor, and I can assure the House that I have never seen a sailor in such a state spend like some in this House spent during the campaign, no matter how drunk they may have appeared to be. It would be suffice to say that when the Navy and I parted company, Mr Speaker, neither party was overly traumatised by the separation. And on leaving the Navy, I found myself working in the resources sector. This opportunity allowed me to live in remote towns, work in different places and experience life in the outback of Australia. With that and my naval career, I've had the opportunity to live in 5 of Australia's states and travel extensively throughout the world. I still feel Tasmania is the best place to live and bring up a family because we have an enviable culture. The state needs to continue to expand and develop, but not at any cost. We need to protect the culture that makes Tasmania as special as it is. I've seen the impact of mining closures on towns firsthand, and I've seen the impact of not having appropriate environmental controls. They're both equally devastating. We need to have long-term sustainability in our industries, and that includes ensuring the decisions we make today takes into account what the long-term outcomes will be. In saying that, we also need to ensure we allow development opportunities to go ahead and not become bogged down with excessive red tape, overzealous surcharges and opportunistic obstruction. Mr Speaker, all of us who serve this parliament bring experiences from different walks of life and different backgrounds. I hope that the vast range of skills present in this House will take Tasmania forward into the future and allow us, through debate, to make important decisions that will positively impact on Tasmanians. We also need to remember, however, why we were elected. In my view, we're here to provide a better place and lifestyle to those we represent. I'm not here for the money or the perks, and I'm sure no one in this House is. I left Tasmania as a 15-year-old apprentice with little or no money, seeking adventures, and returned around 15 years later, so my kids, one anyway, could experience what I experienced growing up. Both of my parents who are here today were loving, caring people. Many parents being, not many, mine. My parents being public school teachers were not by any means rich or well off, but my brother, sister and I were given an enriching childhood with an emphasis placed on experiences rather than materialism. My public state schooling at Mindetta Primary and Reese High were days I look back on with great fondness, although I'm happy to concede I didn't enjoy all experiences whilst I was actually there, and especially in English, when I would regularly question when would I ever need to know anything about public speaking. I think I probably should have paid attention in that one.